Hey everybody, welcome Jamsey Online. This is the cleaning guy and I'm trying to fill in this week and really do a good job while Nicholas is gone. I'm sure you followers know that he's out on his honeymoon this week. I ran into something here that I thought would make a good video here. I want to show you what I'm doing. And I've been really trying to do a good job while he's away. I have this Fordson major diesel head to rebuild, and I've done what I do best. That's the cleaning. Cleaned it all up. Everything looked real good to me. So I went ahead and I'm trying to learn all this stuff, and I put new valve guides in it. I put new valve seats in it. I surfaced the head gasket surface on the head here. I put it back on the SERDI today, and I refaced all of the valve seats, got my valves down in the proper depth, and the last thing before I was going to take it off the machine, I went ahead and set all the valves in, and I did our vacuum test, and I had one valve that absolutely would not seal up. I could not figure out where the vacuum was going on that. I finally coated the valve face with grease, coated the valve stem with grease, and did everything I could to figure out where this was going, and lo and behold, come on in here with that camera, I found there was a casting flaw back inside the port, and I've since drilled that out. But anyway, there was a little tiny pinhole in there, and I think I got a couple of pictures we can put in the video here of when I found that. That was very unusual to find a pinhole in the exhaust port, and what that would do is let coolant leak into the exhaust port while this engine would be running. So anyway, I first attempted to go in, drill that out, and put just a tapered plug back in there. But the angle is so extreme there, and that hole ended up being so much bigger than I thought it was that I don't think I'm going to be able to do the repair that way. So what I'm going to do is something a little bit unusual. I've transferred the center line of that hole around to the top side of the head here, and I took the calipers and I measured back how far I thought the center of that hole was going to be, and I've transferred that distance in from the side here to the top, and I've made myself a little center punch mark there. I'm going to go ahead and level this head up. I'm going to drill a large hole on the top side here, go down in and drill and tap threads where that flaw is, and put a plug in from the water jacket side to repair the pinhole that is now a huge hole where the casting flaw was. And then I'll put another plug in on the top side to close that all up, and hopefully I can salvage this head, because I really want to keep my job, and I'm afraid that Nicholas comes back and finds out how much time I've spent on this head that's just going to go to waste if I can't make the repair. He might fire me, and I've been here almost 40 years, and I really want to keep my job. So let's see how things go. So we'll level this head up on the TCM 25 here. I really don't know if this is going to work. I have never ever done anything like this before. I'm going to start with a small drill here. There, I'm right over where I've center punched my hole. And let's see if I can find a good speed to run this on. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Here goes. Being I'm the cleaning guy, I'm going to clean up my chips as I go. Sometimes Nicholas really leaves a mess for me. I did a little research on the internet, and it said if I want to put a 3/8" diameter plug in here, I need to drill a 37/64" hole. So let's go ahead and go through with that size at this point. Let's slow this down just a little bit. Can't see anything, can we?
No.
Oh yeah, our hole is directly below that. Yeah, I can see right through there. Yeah, there's my finger going over the hole. Okay, and if any of you are wondering, that black line, that is not a crack. That is my line I drew to figure out where we needed to be. So don't get excited that there's a crack. That's just a line I drew on the head. So now it said I need to drill a 7/16 hole for that size tap. So I can go right down through that hole, drill the 1 1/4. So I'm going to move back, center up, change bits. Now I should be able to go right down through there and clean up. Actually, I'm gonna let that, as I drill into that, I'm gonna let it follow the hole just a little bit. Okay, keep popping the air so it'll follow. Looks like from the other side. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's what we got to put a plug in. And as I look at it here, yeah, that's opened up real nice. There should be plenty of metal there to work with. We've gotten past the thin spot. So we're going to stop for today, because when I make this repair, I want to have absolutely the best possible threads I can have in there for my plugs. So I'm going to hit the hardware store in the morning, get myself some brand new taps. I don't know if I can charge them up to the company or not. I may want to pay for those out of my own pocket just to keep Nicholas from being mad at me when he comes back, because I sure want to keep my job. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Hey, everybody. It's a new day here at Jamsey Online, and I'm feeling pretty good about the repair we're going to make on this head. We went to the hardware store this morning, got some new thread taps, and actually the day got away from me. As you can see, it's dark outside. The day's already over, but we're going to go ahead with this and see what we can get done. So, as you recall, we've drilled the inside hole, we've drilled the outside access hole here, and I've got a brand new tap here that I'm going to go down inside that and try to tap some good threads in there so we can get a plug in there. Usually on cast iron we do it dry, but it can never hurt to have just a little bit of lubrication, a little bit of tapping fluid on there. So I'm going to start my tap down in there. If I can get it to go where I want. There we go. And I've got a 12-point socket here. Happens to be a 1/2 inch, but that fits the square of this tap quite well. So let's go ahead and start putting some threads in there. Back off just a little bit. I'm going to go again. I don't want to tap too deep because I don't want that plug protruding through into the exhaust port any more than I just have to. Did I mention I got the cook here helping film this? She's not very good at making movies. She's a lot better at it as a cook, but she's all we've got today. So we're going to do what we can here. I was making fun of the cook for that the other day. Okay, well, it looks like the hole's cleaned up pretty well. Silicone gasket sealer is probably the stickiest thing I got here. So I'm going to squirt just a little bit of that in there. And then put my Allen wrench in there. Oh yeah, that'll make it sticky enough to stay. So let's try that down in the hole, see what happens. Yeah, so it just barely starts. And let me roll this around a little bit. See the underside. So looks like I could probably go about 2 more threads. And I think have that in a good place to seal up. Up out of there if I don't shake too much and drop it. There we go. Go a turn and a half. 5/4, 6/4. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit more. The feel of that, I could stamp just a little bit more. Pipe threads are tapered, unlike a regular bolt thread that are straight. So the deeper you tap, the deeper your plug is going to end up into the hole. You actually wedge in the seal. Wash that off with a little bit of lacquer thinner. I'm just snug. I'm not real tight here yet. But let's look at it from the bottom side here. That plug is just pretty much flush on the inside of the port. I think that's a good place to stop. Take my plug back out. And I don't know if it'll help or hurt this any. I'm going to mix up a little bit of JB Weld on here. Because I figure a little bit of that in there can't hurt. Pour that up. Take my plug. Put the plug there. I'm not thinking it would even need this, but it just kind of gives me a warm and fuzzy feeling on the inside when I've done everything possible to seal up something like this. And my plug is coated well. Drop her down in, screw it in. Only this time I'm actually going to tighten the plug. Let's see how that looks on the other side. Oh yeah, that's looking good. All right, there I'm going to stop. Wipe off the excess epoxy I put on there. Come in on that and see my finished repair. There we have it. So now we need to tap the threads on the outside of the head. That should go a lot easier. So again, I have a 3/8 pipe tap here, square on the top. 5/8 12-point socket fits that real nice. And let's see what we can do to get some threads in here. Let's see if that isn't about enough. Yeah, it could go quite a little deeper. I'd rather go after it a couple extra times than to go too deep right from the start. Yeah, I think we have it. There. That head is sealed. Repair complete. And you know, I was pretty worried about Nicholas coming back and firing me for wasting time doing a head that had a flaw in it. But actually, I think I've managed to pull it off and save this head. There is no reason that shouldn't run for a lifetime. Absolutely no reason. I'm real happy with that. So tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and put the valves in and the springs and have this done for the customer. Nicholas will come back and never know the difference. So everybody, have a good time. See you later. Thanks.